and I mean this when I say this, like, this, so if Caitlin Clark gets a job, Caitlin Clark is not allowed to get a job with NBC. Otherwise, it's something's wrong, because, you know, why could X, Y, or Z other player not have gotten it? Anyone else is allowed to get their flowers. Like, you better believe, when Aja Wilson got her Time magazine cover, when she won the Athlete of the Year, whatever it was everywhere. It was absolutely everywhere. Absolutely everywhere. And nothing, no flaw, no problems, nothing. When Aja Wilson gets her shoe, no problems. When Caitlin gets her shoe, she's not allowed. When Caitlin gets Rookie of the Year, it's actually a whole bunch of...
Caitlin Clark's NBC debut announcement ignited the internet like wildfire. The WNBA posted about her crossover to a major network, celebrating the visibility boost, but what followed was extraordinary. The league faced an immediate, furious backlash so intense that they deleted the post entirely. This wasn't a minor misstep, it was a full retraction, leaving fans stunned and sparking debates across social media. The silence after the deletion was deafening, exposing deeper issues in the sport. What could provoke such an extreme response? Everywhere and nothing. No issue, no problem, nothing. When Otta Wilson gets a shoe deal, no problem. When Caitlin Clark gets hers, suddenly it's controversial. Rookie of the Year for Caitlin? Critics blame biased voters. First team over Sabrina? Branded racism. Triple doubles? Claims of fake stadium noise. When Caitlin Clark dominated Angel Reese with a 40-point triple-double to beat LSU, the first question was, is she even allowed on NBC? The speaker highlights that if she isn't, something is fundamentally broken. Other stars, like Otta Wilson, are celebrated for Time covers or endorsements without scrutiny, yet Clark's every success triggers backlash. This double standard stifles her rising profile, which benefits the league. The resistance to her success is extraordinary, extending beyond typical rivalry. What happens when a league undermines its own biggest draw? That perfect treat moment. Caitlin Clark drops a 40-point, 1-rebound triple-double against Angel Reese, and suddenly social media hunts for anything to cancel her. It's never about basketball. The league caving to this is weak, an embarrassment to sports, to women. It proves every negative stereotype about women's sports, that it won't be taken seriously. When she earned Rookie of the Year, critics blamed racism. First team over Sabrina? Branded racist. Triple doubles questioned with fake noise claims. The campaign to invalidate her achievements moves beyond fair criticism, bordering on conspiratorial attempts to undermine her legitimacy. Why is her success so threatening? The league's weakness is obvious. It's an embarrassment to sports, to women, proving every negative stereotype people hold about women's athletics. The league could outgrow internal incompetence, as seen in 2024, but Clark's rise exposes its failure. Her 40-point triple-double against Angel Reese didn't earn celebration. Instead, critics scoured social media for dirt. This obsession is unrelated to her skill, but seeks to undermine her integrity. WNBA media faces a dilemma. Hyping Clark risks putting down other players. Praising Clark is framed as diminishing players of color, an irrelevant argument. Even first-team selections over her are questioned as tokenism. The speaker criticizes the league's surrender to negativity as weak and self-defeating. It validates critics claiming women's sports lack seriousness, undermining growth. A league that can't defend its own stars compromises its credibility and future stars. Dating an NFL player. So somehow, this becomes some kind of ism. It makes no sense. One player over another, arbitrary and irrational. The league is doubling down on this nonsense. Literally, the league has handed out VIP passes to people who threaten to show up at games with guns, targeting those they argued with online, and then promoted these individuals. Are we serious? The league even gave media credentials to someone who called Caitlin Clark a derogatory, insulting term. Ironically, in 2024, the league had managed to outgrow some of its incompetent media. There was a period when legitimate sports shows and credible outlets covered the WNBA with respect, treating it as a serious league. This showed the league could achieve independent growth apart from its internal media issues. It wasn't only about Caitlin Clark. Players like Otta Wilson were hyped for their accomplishments, without controversy. Historically, the league demonstrated potential for mainstream credibility when treated with integrity. So what caused this regression, plunging the WNBA back into chaos? The league's actions make it impossible to take the sport seriously. Credibility vanished. In 2024, there was a bubble of support, a fan base willing to counter nonsense. Now, that base has dissipated. Attention spans are limited, and constant negativity pushes fans away. Meanwhile, the league believes it's worth more money than it earns, aiming for overhyped deals. Caitlin Clark's arrival brought new fans and sports commentators eager to discuss the league seriously, yet this triggered an internal media backlash. The mantra shifted. Previously, you must hype everyone. Now, you can't praise praise Caitlin Clark. Apparently, praising her diminishes players of color. This ideological cage stifles genuine discussion, punishing attention the league desperately needs. The narrative became twisted. The league seems to want players to strike, keeping both itself and the media in perpetual victimhood. Many media personnel don't care about basketball. Players do, but media who don't care egg them on to strike, ensuring any makeshift women's basketball league gets token attention, just like in 2023. Journalists like Annie Costa have even funded coverage personally. A past first-team selection predicted players might be chosen over Caitlin Clark to prove a point. This isn't about basketball, it's about bias. Examples include a player dating a top recruit in Iowa and another dating an NFL player in California. These irrelevant factors shape narratives, weaponizing votes and accolades for political or social agendas. Meritocracy is eroded, replaced by divisive identity politics. When will performance on the court matter again? The league's failures extend further. VIP passes were given to people who threatened violence, yet they were promoted. This shows a staggering disregard for player and fan safety. The league allegedly gave credentials to someone who called Caitlin Clark a derogatory, gender-invalidating slur. This is beyond rude. It's sanctioned hateful behavior. The WNBA's actions normalize attacks on its own star, implicitly rewarding harassment. It is incomprehensible that the league empowers individuals actively undermining the women it claims to support. How can the league continue down this path? Why justify credentialing blatant misogyny? The speaker highlights another deeply troubling incident. A network employee at a channel covering the WNBA positively commented on a hate-filled tweet calling Caitlin Clark white bread. While the employee later claimed ignorance, the implication is agreement with the sentiment, even if the specific name wasn't present. This exposes a chilling acceptance, even endorsement, of racially charged attacks within professional media linked to the league. It reflects a culture where prejudice against Clark, subtle or not, is met with approval, not condemnation. What does this reveal about the environment the league fosters? The speaker repeatedly emphasizes, this league is embarrassing. What are we doing? They insist it's an embarrassment to sports and to every player. The central problem, the league will never be taken seriously if this continues. The credibility gained during the 2024 bubble has collapsed, leaving respect in ruins. This isn't just bad PR, it's a failure to uphold professional standards and safeguard the league's image. Continuous self-sabotage actively erodes any legitimacy. When does a league reach a point of no return? A key consequence is fan base erosion. In 2024, there was a robust fan base willing to push back. Now it's gone. Attention is valuable, and constant controversy drives fans away, directly threatening commercial viability. Alienating loyal supporters is a recipe for disaster. How can the league grow while driving away its advocates? The speaker warns the league will continue downward if internal chaos persists. Even as players expect higher pay and threaten strikes, the league's pursuit of inflated deals is out of touch. Reality suggests a grim future. Financial stability is tied to public image and fan engagement. If trends continue, the economic consequences could devastate all, from stars to rookies. Are they approaching a financial cliff? A lockout looms with severe implications for players. The speaker paints a stark picture. Michaela Timpson, otherwise on track for a WNBA career, could be in an office in 3 years. Even promising second-round pick Grace Von Sloot, projected to earn $1 million in her first 4 years, might end up in a desk job if a lockout occurs. Stakes are extraordinarily high. Is a strike in players' best interest? The speaker alleges WNBA media nearly bait players into striking for self-preservation. These media figures don't care about basketball. They thrive on perpetual league victimhood. If players strike and a makeshift league forms, only token money flows, and media jobs continue, sometimes funded personally. This illustrates a manipulative dynamic where conflict benefits some careers at the league's expense. The speaker emphasizes a disconnect from actual basketball analysis. Absurdly, players like Anna Morrow, mocked in drafts, get more attention than on-court performance. The obsession with Aaliyah Edwards is cited, hailed as a 3-level scorer, yet she has attempted just 7 layups in 2 years. Such misrepresentation reveals a media prioritizing narratives over real talent assessment. Did basketball analysis become secondary to hype? True fans providing nuanced critique are dismissed as haters. This bizarre dynamic suppresses legitimate discussion, creating an echo chamber favoring pre-approved narratives. Superficial media prioritizes emotional response over factual observation. Demonizing informed perspectives isolates the league from dedicated followers. Is the league afraid of honest critique? The speaker continues, breaking down Edwards' stats. Despite being called a 3-level scorer, she takes mainly threes, with a mid-range every 2 games. This exposes media's lack of actual basketball knowledge, challenging manufactured hype and showing portrayals divorced from reality. Persistent promotion of this inaccurate image reveals agendas beyond the game. What purpose does this serve? Ultimately, the speaker declares, this league is embarrassing. I don't even know what to do. This captures the cumulative impact of controversy, media manipulation, and league self-sabotage. It's an embarrassment to every player and to the idea of taking women's sports seriously. Potential growth, excitement, and respect are squandered by internal conflicts and failure to protect the game's integrity. The WNBA's future, once bright, now teeters on irrelevance. Without urgent, radical changes, what will it take for the league to course correct?